It's Realifecitygirl. I hadn't planned on doing a video until I heard about John Mayer. Now, for all of y'all who've been living under a rock, John Mayer did an interview with Playboy. And in this interview, he's just talking about his life and his persona and how he comes off and stuff. And he was talking about he thinks he's perceived as a douchebag. And they were asking him, why do you think you're perceived like that? I'm going to read you exactly what he says. He says, and I quote, it's like I come on very strong. I'm just very, Very. And if you can't handle very, then I'm a douchebag. But I think the world needs a little very. That's why black people love me. And Playboy asks, because you're very? And he said, John Mayer says, someone asked me the other day, what does it feel like now to have a hood pass? And by the way, it's sort of like a contradiction in terms, because if you really had a hood pass, then it would be called a nigger pass? Or, let me turn off the music. Let me read this one more time for those who didn't hear me. Because if you really had a hood pass, you could call it a nigger pass. Why are you pulling a punch and calling it a hood pass if you really have a hood pass? But I said, I can't really have a hood pass. I've never walked into a restaurant, asked for a table, and been told we're full. What? John Mayer, like, were you high? Were you drunk? Like, that whole phrase, like, doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, I'm genuinely confused. Baffled. Like, I'm genuinely confused. A hood pass? Hood pass? Do people still say that? Like, hood pass? And why would nigger pass? Like, why was that even said? Like, no. And has a black, like, I don't know if he's trying to compare that, saying that if a black person walked into a restaurant and asked for a table, they've been told it's full. Like, this is 2010. Like, I'm so confused. Playboy goes on to say, it is true. A lot of rappers love you. You've recorded with Common and Kanye West and played live with Jay-Z. And John Mayer's dumbass says, what is being black? It's making the most of your life, not taking a single moment for granted. Taking something that's seen as a struggle and making it work for you, or you'll die inside. Not to say my struggle is like the collective struggle of Black America, but maybe my struggle is similar to one black dude's. John. Did you really just give a definition of what being black is and you're not black? Like, let's just ponder that for a second. What the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Like, what? It's making the most of your life, not taking a single moment for granted? Moving on, I'll continue to read more of this foolishness. And Playboy asks, do black women throw themselves at you? And John Mayer says, I don't think I open myself up to it. My dick is sort of like a white supremacist. I've got a Bennington heart and a fucking David Duke cock. I'm going to start dating separately from my dick. For all of you who don't know who David Duke is, how about you Google him? He's a white supremacist. And that's fine. We all have our own options and preferences. You don't have to like black women, John. That's fine. But why would you use that analogy? Like, he's really confusing me right now. Like, a person that's a celebrity who has black fans listen to his music. I love his music. My sister actually just bought tickets to go to his concert next month. My friend Melody is like John Mayer's #1 fan. She's black. So how do you think that makes someone feel like saying nigger in your interview? Like, it has nothing to do with his preference. He does not have to like black people. Like, no, he does not have to like black people or black women or whatever. But when you know who you are, like, you know that you said that's why black people like me. You know you have black fans. Why would you say something offensive? Like, where is his PR? Where are his people? Because, John, you fucking up. You are fucking up. I'll read you a little bit more where he says, Playboy asked him to give them some names of, black women. And he said, I've always thought Holly Robinson Pete was gorgeous. Every white dude loved Hillary from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Kerry Washington. She's super hot, and she's also white girl crazy. Kerry Washington will break your heart like a white girl. Just all of a sudden she'd be like, yeah, I sucked his dick, whatever. And you'd be like, what? We weren't talking about that. That's what Heartbreak Welfare, the title of this song, is all about. When a girl uses jealousy as a tactic. So I'm done. I'm done reading it. I just really was reflecting on everything that he said and like how it made me feel. And I was on Twitter, he was talking about it on Twitter. Everyone was talking about it. It was a trending topic. And he did a little half-ass, stupid-ass apology, which I'm not even going to read. Like, you can read that if you want to. But I'm just sitting here blown. Like, I'm genuinely blown right now. Like, I don't understand why he would deem that appropriate to say. Now, he just sounds really like if he's on drugs, like during this interview, or drunk or something, because like stuff that he's saying is just not making sense. Like, why, John? As a true John Mayer fan, I know more songs that have been released as singles. Like, I own records. I don't know how to feel. I almost want to be like, fuck John Mayer. Like, fuck John Mayer. Sorry. My dog is wilding right now. I just got home from work. I don't really have any makeup on for real. Like, I really felt like this needs to be, like, said right now. Like, I don't know how to feel. Like, should I stop supporting him because he doesn't fuck with black women? Like, that is not what it is about. I feel like I would stop supporting him because I don't understand. Quincy, please stop. I don't understand. Sorry, y'all. Oh, here's my house shoe. Tripping. But yeah, I don't understand why someone in that status, they know where they are, they know that they have black fans, why they would say those comments. Like, I truly don't understand, and it bothers me. And I've always, like, racism and stuff like that's always confused me because I didn't choose to be born. I didn't choose to be black. I didn't choose to be a woman. Quincy, no. I didn't choose any of those things. Like, I came out and I was black. Like, my parents are black. He didn't choose to be. We don't choose race. That's what I've never understood racism. How could you hate somebody because of what they are? And it just goes back. Like, I feel like, civil rights went on, whoop whoop, I could go to school with white people now. Okay, like that's great. Those are huge steps that were made. But basically, it's just like everyone has just shut up and shut down about racism and how they feel about other races and other cultures. Like, low key, I feel like white people really, like, some white people are in their house being like, that nigga this and that nigga that. Like, I really feel like they say that in the comfort of their own home. Like, I feel like it's just hushed. Like, we'll be low-key racist, And it bothers me. It bothers me as someone who has dated outside of her race. Like, it's 2010. Like, why is race a big deal? I don't understand it. But, like, this was just my little rant about John Mayer and his foolishness. And I'm not buying his album. Downloading that shit. I'm definitely not buying it. If I choose to listen to it, download it. Because this sucks, man. I really fuck with John. Like, his Human Nature tribute to Michael Jackson. What? Ew. I really fuck with John Mayer. And I'm, like, really, really, genuinely disappointed in him. And disappointed in what he had to say. But, I mean, his apology doesn't matter at all to me because when you say stuff like that, like, that's on your heart. That's on your heart. That's in your brain. That's what you think. That's what you think about black women. That's what you think about black people having a hood pass. Black people are turned down at restaurants. Like, what? I don't understand, but I'm about to get myself together, play with my dog so he won't grab my house shoes and run around this house. So I will talk to y'all later. Peace.